Hey YouTube, Kira Twig here, bringing you all an update to my Destiny Hero Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile for post Brothers of Legend. With the latest Brothers of Legend set, we were given the rest of the Destiny Hero support that was basically released in Wave for all the different plays we can do, including Destiny Hero Plasma being the big focus. With the support we got from the Brothers of Legend set, combined with the Burst of Destiny cards, we have a pretty powerhouse deck to use with Destroyer, Phoenix Enforcer, and all the other different plays. I'm curious to see what will change for this deck with the following ban list in January, so who knows, we might just have another update right around the corner, but it's one of my favorite hero decks. I like to always keep you all updated on this deck when, ever new stuff or new changes are made to it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So for the Destiny Hero main deck monsters, we're not starting off with the one-ofs, but I figured we'd start off with Destiny Hero Plasma, since he is a big part of the main playstyle of the deck, having focused on a lot of different cards in the deck, including our newest spell card, D-Force, and also Break the Destiny. Both these cards pretty reliant on Destiny Hero Plasma, and with a boss monster of himself being, he must be special summon from your hand by tributing 3 monsters and negate the effects of face-up monsters while your opponent controls them. And once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls, equip that target to this card, maximum 1, and this card gains attack equal to half the original attack of the monster equipped to it. So pretty good for a boss monster overall with the setup, and just gets better when we get to the other spell and traps we use with it. For the other numbers that we run in the deck, there's really no play sets for the Destiny Hero monsters. I feel they all run very, very well at the numbers given. So we're running 2 Destiny Hero Drill Dark. If this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon 1 Destiny Hero monster from your hand with attack less than or equal to this card's attack on the field. You can only use this effect of Destiny Hero Drill Dark once per turn, and if this card attacks a defense monster, inflicts piercing damage. And it doesn't specify level 4 or lower. It's a unique, play on the card. So you can even summon cards like probably one of the best ones we have in the deck, and that is Destiny Hero Malicious. You can have this card in your hand and summon it out thanks to Drill Dark, since its attack is lower than Drill Dark's. So really, really good to rely on this card for the option of special summoning, and then also being able to recycle it with other heroes like the newest one that we run in the deck, Destiny Hero Denier. But with it, if we had it at 3, it'd be an immense powerhouse, but definitely used way too much in a bunch of other decks. So comfortable at 2 at the moment. We'll see if anything happens to this card with the January ban list as well. But for the other hero monsters, I also run 2 Destiny Heroes Celestial, probably one of the best cards to send off of Fusion Destiny, with it being the main go-to card to then summon out our Destiny Hero Destroyer, Phoenix Enforcer. But from the graveyard, it also gives you draw power by banishing it and another hero monster when you have no cards in your hand, and except on the turn it was sent to the graveyard, but on the field it can also destroy a face-up spell when it attacks and deal 500 damage to your opponent. So you have versatility with this card, even if you open it up and have to summon it onto the field. For the other Destiny Hero monsters that we run in the deck, we do run a good majority of one-ofs. There's plenty of search and setup that you can do with your graveyard and all your different Destiny Hero monsters, including one of the newer spells being the Dr. D. This card is just a great recycle special summon power that makes use of the graveyard, and plenty of our spells and setup can get these Destiny Heroes into the graveyard. So we'll quickly go through the one-ofs. We're running 1 Destiny Hero Dreadmaster, just another boss monster, and you do have to have send targets for Destroyer, Phoenix Enforcer, which needs a level 6 or higher Destiny Hero monster, and 1 Destiny Hero monster, so Dreadmaster can count as one of those cards to send. Destiny Hero Decider is great for just stalling out your opponent if they have level 6 or higher monsters, and is also able to recycle monsters from your graveyard once per duel back to your hand. Destiny Hero Dreamer, another graveyard setup card that can then also work to protect your Destiny Heroes by special summoning it back onto the field and making it so they can't be destroyed by battle. Dynatag for more of a battle damage setup card. Destiny Hero Discommander for the option of draw power when it's in the graveyard and special summon back onto the field, which can be, once again, easily put to use for your Dr. D spell card for this special summon, aside from the turn it was in the graveyard for that play. And for a couple other one-ofs, because I didn't want to fill up the field too much, we do run 1 of the newest one from Burst of Destiny, Destiny Hero Denier. When it's normal or special summon, take 1 of your Destiny Hero monsters from your deck graveyard for that option, or that is banished, and place it on the top of your deck. This is the best way, I would say, to recycle your Destiny Hero Malicious, since if you banish the one to special summon the other one. The other one will just stay in the graveyard, but then you can take Denier, placing it on the top of the deck, and then banish the other Malicious that was in the graveyard to special summon that second copy or the first copy back to the field again. For some of the other one-ofs, one Destiny Hero Dasher. This is probably the best level 6 or higher target to send with Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, because then it also gives you a special summon option from the graveyard for any monster you draw the following turns. And lastly, for the one-ofs, for the Destiny Heroes, one Destiny Hero Draw Hand as more of an option when it's special summoned, so a great special summon target with Drill Dark onto the field to then give you the draw power, making each player draw a card, and then during the standby phase after this card was sent to the graveyard, special summoning it from the graveyard but banishing it when it leaves the field makes for another monster potential card to have 3 on the field to tribute out then for Destiny Hero Plasma. For some additional hero cards, I definitely do feel we need to get the Vision Hero monsters fully reprinted. That would be more of a hero lineup deck, not so much a Destiny Hero focus. For the Destiny Heroes alone, I am running 3 Vision Hero Vion, and then the 1 Elemental Hero Shadow Mist for the Mass Change Search. And then so we have options with the extra deck to go into our Masked Hero Darklaw. And Vision Hero Vion can set up any of the Destiny Heroes in our graveyard when it's normal or special summoned, and also give us search power for polymerization, which can be used to bring out a good majority of other fusion monsters from our extra deck, including Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. This card doesn't have to be summoned with Fusion Destiny. It can be summoned even if we just have the potential fusion material on the field already. And then lastly, for the main deck monsters, just the hand trap of choice being Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. It shuts down our opponent's searches or any graveyard setup they may want to do, which I feel works very, very well in tandem with the different elemental hero monsters we run in the deck. That is it for the main deck monsters. We'll now move on to the spells, probably the best spell in the entire deck, and one I definitely do see potentially being hit. They're either going to hit Verd Anaconda or this card for the Destiny Hero deck. Fusion Destiny, you fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck that lists a Destiny Hero monster, using monsters from your hand or deck as fusion material, but destroy it during the end phase of the next turn. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters except for Dark Hero monsters, which is really not a limitation with this deck. It's really the majority of all the cards we run in the extra deck. So with this card, you have your setup for any Destiny Heroes you want in your graveyard. Ones that can be Malicious, Dasher, you name it, ones for special summon. This card is definitely a go-to powerhouse for that setup, and a definite 3 of. The other 3 of we run is more of that draw power for your Destiny Heroes, and that is Destiny Draw. This card's not a once per turn, so if you open up multiple Destiny Draws and have multiple Destiny Heroes to discard, you have that draw power available to you to get to more important cards, I'd say, that you can make better use of in the deck. For the newer cards from the Brothers of Legend booster set, we are running 2 D-Force. When this card is activated, you can add 1 Destiny Hero Plasma from your deck or graveyard to your hand. While you control Destiny Hero Plasma, apply the following effects. You cannot draw during the draw phase, and your opponent cannot target cards you control with card effects. And each Destiny Hero Plasma you control gains 100 attack for each monster in the graveyards. It cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, and also it can make a second attack during each battle phase. This is meant to be the main play focus, and why we only really need to run 1 Destiny Hero Plasma. You can set it up in the graveyard with cards like Fusion Destiny. You can add it back to your hand with D-Force, and then just wait for that setup to add and summon this card out on the field, because then you do give up your draw, but you are basically shutting down your opponent with this 1 card alone. I was considering running 3 of this card. If I were to do so, I would potentially take out one of the one-of spells when we get to them, but I like the 2 number. You have other ways to set up Plasma, and that just comes down to thinning out your deck with some of the other cards we run, and then getting this card to activate it and have it the continuous spell set up and ready to go. I also run 2 of the new Dr. D. It's not a Destiny Hero card in name, but still works for the deck. You banish 1 Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard, add to your hand, or special summon 1 Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 2 Destiny Hero monsters you control. Choose one of those monsters. Its attack becomes the other monster's attack until the end of this turn. So one that especially works well with this is Destiny Hero Dystopia, working with having a different original attack than it had on the field, but also being able to recycle and work with any of the one-of Destiny heroes in the graveyard just gives us add-back options, special summon options, you name it. If you want to recycle your Drill Darks, this is the way to do it, banishing one, and then using other cards like Denier to put those banished cards back. This gives you another playstyle setup revolving around Dr. D to not only have the option for more malicious add-back to your hand and special summon and setup to use with Denier, but other ones as well, including before you go for the draw power spell destruction. It all comes down to what you need for that play. For some of the other one-ofs for these spells, I run 1 over Destiny. It targets a Destiny hero monster in your graveyard and special summon 1 from your deck whose level is less than or equal to half of that target's level, but destroy it during the end phase of the turn. So the higher the level, the easier the special summon. 1 mask change for the Shadow Mist target to add and summon out Darklaw. Reinforcements of the army for the search of basically any warrior monster that's level 4 or lower in the deck. 1 polymerization for the Vision Hero Vion search. I really hate drawing this card. I like to much better have it as a search option for that card. 1 Call by the Grave to shut down our opponent's own plays. 1 Monster Reborn for special summoning back even more monsters from the graveyard. And lastly for the spells, the 1 Foolish Barrow. It definitely is a tough decision if I were to add a 3rd copy of D-Force to the deck. If I had to take anything out, it may be the Over Destiny. I just like how Dr. D runs a little better for the setup in this deck, but that'd just be my preference there, if you did want to run a 3rd D-Force. And then for the traps, the only trap I run in the deck is 1 Break the Destiny. You target 1 level 8 or higher Destiny hero monster or 1 Destiny End Dragoon you control. And if you do, your opponent skips their next main phase 1. You can banish this card from your graveyard to add 1 spell or trap from your deck that specifically lists Destiny hero cards or Destiny End Dragoon in its text, except for Break the Destiny. You can only use 1 Break the Destiny effect per turn, only once that turn. So this card can search out a spell or trap that specifically lists Destiny hero monster. So D-Force can be another search target for this, or even your Destiny draw. Very, very useful for that setup and relying on this card for that play. Now moving on to the extra deck, I would say one of the pricier cards, but if you even have just 1 to run, I would definitely recommend it because it sets up so much power in the deck, and that is Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. I run 2 in the deck. It really can potentially be brought out because your opponent will try to banish this card from your graveyard the first time you summon it out and use its destruction effect, or even if your opponent tries to destroy it, it can come back onto the field during the standby phase of the next turn after you activate it in the graveyard. So your opponent has to stop that activation then and there. Otherwise, it just, special summons back onto the field the following turn. It makes your opponent's monsters lose 200 attack for each hero monster in your graveyard with a different name. So that is another power amount that they can lose, meaning that it's just that much easier for your Destiny hero monsters to swing over that card. Like I said, it's definitely one of the best fusions in the deck altogether. I also run 1 Destiny Hero Dominance. It's more of a setup and search card, but I do like to run it at 1 for those options. 1 Destiny Hero Dystopia, so you have more of a power option to run along with Dystopia. Having the attack change works very, very well with Dr. D for that setup and attack change difference, depending on which one you have on the field. Also, 1 Destiny Hero Dangerous for more graveyard setup for all your different, Dark Attribute Destiny heroes. 1 Vision Hero Adoration and 1 Vision Hero Trinity for the fusion plays with polymerization. If you can get out Trinity and your opponent has enough monsters on the field for you to attack, it's a great board wipe for those plays. And the 1 Masked Hero Darklaw for the mask change option with Shadow Mist. I like the one of because making it so your opponent's cards all get banished can definitely shut down a lot of different decks for sure. For the Link monsters, I am running 2 Extra Hero Cross Crusader. Once again, another setup card. If it's Link Summon, you can target 1 Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and you contribute 1 Destiny Hero monster to add 1 Destiny Hero monster with a different name from your deck to your hand. And you can only use each of the effects of Extra Hero Cross Crusader once per turn, and you cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate this, except for hero monsters. This is another reason why I justify running 1 of each of the Destiny heroes, because you just have search for all of them. If you can get a Link to play ready with this card, you then just have the option to search out any of them using this 1 card while setting up your graveyard that much more. I also run the 1 Extra Hero Wonder Driver, another mass chain search option, and 1 Extra Hero Dread Decimator for more power-up plays for your monsters, also giving them the piercing battle damage option. And lastly, for the Link monsters, 1 Predaplant Vert Anaconda and 1 Wee Witch's Apprentice. The Vert for the Fusion Destiny search, and the Wee Witch's Apprentice for the Dark Attribute power boost, powering up your Drill Dark on the field can also mean you have more special summon options if this card summoned while Wee Witch's Apprentice is on the field. As for some of the go-to plays in the deck, with the big one being so you can summon out your Destiny Hero Plasma. If you have the option for the special summon, you can go with your Drill Dark play, and then also the summon of your Destiny Hero Malicious from your hand, if that's what you open up, or you go for the Destiny Hero Power. You can then go for the Link to play to summon out your Destiny or Extra Hero, Cross Crusader. Cross Crusader will then activate to target a Destiny Hero monster that's in your graveyard to special summon it. You can then summon out your Drill Dark, and then use the Malicious in the graveyard, banishing it to summon out your second copy onto the field using this card. So with that special summon of your additional Destiny Hero Malicious onto the field, you're giving your 3 monsters that you need then to tribute out your Destiny Hero Plasma, which can, like I said, be searched using your new card, which is D-Force. This will take away your draw power, so make sure you kind of have all your other plays set up and ready to do before you activate this, searching out for the Plasma, tributing the cards, giving you the Plasma special summoned onto the field, also making it so it can't be targeted by your opponent's card effects, making it so you have this powerhouse that can take one of your opponent's monsters, and then also being able to attack twice against your opponent means you can either get over a problematic monster and then attack with the bigger buff numbers that Destiny Hero Plasma can be. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoy the video. I definitely do love the alternate art we also got for Destiny Hero Plasma in El Dorado. Definitely a different take on the art style. I would say definitely a more malicious play. Sorry for the pun there. But as always, until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And Kira, Twig out.